Hey, JT here. Welcome. Thanks a bunch for joining me. Awesome to be back with you. Today I'm talking about backpacks, messenger bags, and particularly one backpack. Let me first of all, before I show you and do the unboxing of the new product, let me show you where I've come from. My previous everyday carry was this Timbuktu messenger bag, and now I've carried this for about 6 years. Overall, been super satisfied with this bag. It's brilliantly designed. The pockets are well organized. It's got a nice combination of soft padded areas as well as small pockets, hidden pockets, zippers, and a variety of areas. And so I've been really pleased with it. The construction has been great. There's hardly any scuff marks on it, just a little bit here. I'll show you my previous bag and you'll see it didn't hold up nearly this well after only 2 years of use. But the Timbuktu product is great. I'll include a link in the program description for this. If you're looking for a messenger bag, this is the best one I've ever found. The biggest challenge for me with this is, although it's pretty stable when it's mostly empty like this, when I have it full with my laptop and headphones, water, thermos, and such, and it's any top heavy at all, it has a tendency to just roll off right on the floor. It kind of takes the shape of a bit of a ball. It cups kind of on the bottom and becomes unstable. And having just bought a really expensive MacBook Pro, it has fallen over multiple occasions with my laptop in it. In a way, I would sit it on a chair or on a desk that looked pretty stable, but it just hasn't proven to be that case. So if that's not a concern for you, this is a phenomenal messenger bag. I highly recommend it. Prior to this, I was using your typical Swiss Gear backpack. These are super popular. But as you can see from the front, this area typically doesn't hold up very well. It starts showing its wear for me even after a year or so of daily use. So I was looking for an upgrade, for something that had more flexibility and that had greater durability. Prior to that, I was using this Fossil all leather messenger bag, and I love the look of this. The leather is gorgeous. It's patinaed nicely. I used this for about a year in a daily carry situation, and it really started to show its wear. There's one spot here where the stitching has pulled loose, and although the leather is a good quality, the stitching is just very light, just a single stitch that's not really adequate. And then in terms of pockets, it's just a very simple design with one main compartment and a few smaller compartments. It also, because of the soft, I'm guessing this is a calfskin leather, it just doesn't have a lot of integrity and just tends to fall apart and such. So you may have noticed a pattern here. I've tended to go back and forth between a messenger bag, a backpack, messenger bag, backpack. I think I like characteristics of both, and after I use one for a while, I find some of the shortcomings and switch over to the other. So that leads me to this most recent purchase, which is a Waterfield backpack made in San Francisco, so it's a US made product. They have 4 different colors available. I don't typically like two-tone products, watches, jewelry, or most things. They have this in an all black, and typically I would prefer a blackout version over most every other option. They also had a deep crimson red. They had a gray version, and then they had this chocolate. And so I looked at several customer photos, and I just wasn't happy with the look of the black, all black. The leather looked cheaper. And then the gray, although I think typically gray and black would be great for a two-tone, the gray they chose, to me, just didn't look that great. It might deepen in color and patina over time and look better, but it was a little hard to tell. So this chocolate colored distressed leather, I think, has a lot of potential. I think it looks gorgeous. It's a bit scuffed up, but that's just the distressed look here. I did read that you can take a hot blow dryer, hair blow dryer, to this, and it will eliminate a lot of those if that's important. But I think over time, as this patinas, it's going to look even better. I would say 2 years from now, this is going to be really gorgeous. It's got leather handle here, and this feels really good, sturdy. Looking at it, you can immediately tell that this is different than most backpacks. If you look at the zippers, you can see they're fully waterproofed. That's unusual. Typically, I've got one nice jacket that has waterproof zippers, and it was one of those really expensive high-end ones. But I don't think I've ever seen a business-oriented backpack that had waterproof zippers. What convinced me here is the overall design and layout of this. This is designed to hold a variety of water bottles, including really tall ones that can stick out and still be secured really well. You'll see that this has a really gorgeous honeycomb pattern gold lining, and there are multiple sleeves, pockets that I think are going to suit my needs really well. Got another pocket over here on this side, also waterproof zipper, same kind of design there. In the top, we have a large open cavity that's a good size, so that if you wanted to keep your keys, a passport, driver's license, cash, or whatever travel documents here, that works well. I like this design here where you can put the backpack on your back and then rotate it down and get access to this deep pocket right here from either the left or right, if you're a lefty or righty, and that can store a lot of valuables, again, plane tickets or what have you. So I like that idea and how you can gain access from either side. That's a brilliant design, and this does a full pass-through. You could actually store large items in here if you needed. And again, everywhere has this gorgeous honeycomb gold interior lining. Then there are two compartments up here. This one here will store really large items, and then this is the computer area. And I really like this design, and so here, this is what I spent an extra $50 for, is to get this additional laptop sleeve. It's $89 if you buy it individually, but $49 if you buy it with this package, and of course it matches. So I think these are going to age well together. This has multiple compartments in it that look nice. The parts here are unusual. They've upgraded almost every aspect of it. They design their own nylon here, and this, as you can see, opens all the way so you can unzip it fully. And then inside there are two different sleeves. This has a nice soft felt that's pretty thick and padded, and the same over here. So you could put a tablet and a laptop together, which I do have, my MacBook Pro and iPad, and those would work well together. quite a bit of weight. I haven't decided if I'm going to commit to carrying both of those devices on a daily basis, but it can work here, especially if I were doing a weekend trip or a business trip and needed both of those devices. And lots of small compartments here. As I watched a video, one of the things I found useful is while this is standing up here, I can have this open. And by the way, this sits really well, very stable manner, empty. And I'm going to put it to the test, obviously, with all of my daily carry devices and accessories. But what I like about it is with it open like this, sitting on the floor, on a desk, a chair, or it is designed with a pass-through for luggage, so that if you want to use this as a carry-on and then attach it through the carry handle of your checked baggage, that works well. But I can reach in here and then pull out this and easily take with me. Or if I only want the laptop, the opening here is on the top, so I can reach into this and grab just the laptop without having to do anything with this bag. There's a lot to like about the design, and I'm going to be putting it through its paces. What I've decided to do is before I take it out of the house, I'm going to load up everything that I typically carry with me into it and just carry it around here, there, move it between various floors on my house and just make sure it really does live up to my expectations, not being so top heavy that it falls over when it's fully loaded. And if that proves to be the case, then I'm going to commit to carrying this with me on a daily basis. If it doesn't hold up to that, I'll return it and go back to the drawing board in terms of researching another solution. But I would say overall, there's a lot to like about this product. It's made in the US. It uses top quality components, well designed and executed. Is it worth $350 to $400? I found typically that whenever I find a product that really meets my need and I get over that initial sticker shock and can enjoy it for many years, I end up so valuing and appreciating it that the pain of that initial price point gets counterbalanced with longevity. I could buy maybe three, I don't know for sure, 3 or 4 of those Swiss gear bags based on my experience. Let's say those last 2 years each, I've got $400 or so into fairly inexpensive but decent bags that will last me maybe 8 years. Whereas putting the same amount of money into this, and my hope is that this will last 8 years. Time will tell. I hope to come back later, years later, and give an update on this and let you know what I've discovered. This has gotten some rave reviews on several websites, and so I trust that many others who've used this and provided their feedback, it has almost a perfect rating. I think it has 4.8 with 300 reviews on their website, and not all of their products are rated that well. This is one of the best rated on the Waterfield website, SF Bags. I'll have a link for this in the program description. So I'm excited to put it to use, see if it's going to hold up to my expectations. I like even the attention to detail here. These little pull tags on the zipper, they have the logo and they're hollow. I think you could put some bungee cord or some small security lock on there if you're traveling in a country or region where theft is a big issue. I do think there's the possibility that this looks like a high-end backpack and it's more a subject of interest by potential thieves. That's one of those risk situations where you have to weigh for yourself whether that's a serious factor in a purchase decision or not. I'm in a low risk category, and so that's not a big concern for me. Your mileage may vary. But so far, I like what I see. All the material just speaks of someone who really thought about the design, the engineering, the manufacture of this, and did a great job on initial quality. I would say it just looks absolutely superb. And I don't see any inherent weaknesses. The seams look well executed. There's rivets holding the handle in place. I think I like it. Hey, future me breaking into the video here. It's been a week since I shot the video that you're watching right now, and over that week I've had the opportunity to use this as my everyday carry and wanted to give you my concluding thoughts before I wrap up the editing on this video. I have to say I'm absolutely thrilled about this backpack. I love it. It does a lot of things that I really like. It has the convenience that it fits everything that I need in it in the right place with easy access, and yet it always feels secure. I've never had the backpack tip over and never even gotten the impression that it was unstable, and I absolutely love that. Second thing I love about this is I can put it over one shoulder and take my hands off of it, and I can be waiting in line for an elevator, for example, and I can be moving along and it does not start to slip off my shoulder. I've never had a backpack that would do that. Typically, I would put it on one shoulder, walk for a bit, and then it starts slipping off, and I've got to do this every couple of minutes to keep it on. But they've done something here that allows me to put it on. It stays exactly where I put it, even hands-free, and I absolutely love that. Would never go back to any backpack I've ever owned after experiencing this. I will say, in order for them to achieve this rigid structure, this kind of exoskeleton type of approach, there's a lot of rigidity in the form and the zippers and the pockets and everything. And so in order to get into a pocket, you typically have to open it and force your hand into it. So it's been a bit of an adjustment. I don't dislike it. It's just been a thing to get accustomed to. So I unzip a zipper, for example, this top zipper. As a matter of fact, let me just go ahead and open this up and show you what I've been carrying in this. So now that I've unzipped it, a cheaper backpack typically would just fall open, whereas this one I have to force my hand into it to get access. But that's not something I mind. It's just a matter of getting adjusted to it because I love the benefit that it provides, and so having a bit of inconvenience in order to get into the pocket isn't a problem. So you can see I've got my MacBook Pro brick cable, I've got my pencil for my iPad, and my MagSafe battery charger all in this top compartment. That works great. Here I've got my Crazy Cap 2 bottle. That works great. Over on this side, I have this Esprit carry-all. Esprit makes great stuff, high quality, super lightweight. I'm able to store in here a lot of my cables, accessories, and such. And this has just been a great find. I've been using this for years to just put a variety of everyday and emergency kind of items in here. Here's my coffee thermos, Hydro Flask with the neoprene sleeve. Love it. I've got the Logitech, their latest Ergo trackball. Love this device. I'll probably be reviewing this in a future episode. I've got my headphones. These Sony headphones are the most incredible headphones on the market, second to none. Absolutely love them. Bluetooth, wire capability, awesome headphones. I'll definitely be reviewing these in a future episode. Then in terms of my laptop sleeve, it's right up here, works great. I'm able to gain access to this out of the top. I love it. I can get to it anytime I need to just pull the MacBook Pro out and get it to use. I also at the moment have my iPad Pro in here with the Magic Keyboard. That's a little bit of a tight squeeze because I've got the Magic Keyboard in it. And then in here I've got some additional items, some field notes, moleskin, pens and such. And so all of this fits really well in the backpack, and I have some additional items I carry in there every day. It's been a great experience. I love it, super excited about it. Plan on keeping this as my primary carry for many years. I'll give updates periodically, let you know if there are any new developments. And with that, back to the program. So, there you have it. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'll have a link to this in the program description if you'd like to check it out yourself. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, the ongoing support. I love interacting with you guys. Share your thoughts in any way in the comment section below, and I'll interact with you. I respond to every single one of those. I'm actually shooting about 7 episodes in advance right now. I have so many products, great finds that I'm wanting to share, and so I'm trying to keep up with the shooting schedule and editing. I'm a one-stop shop. I do everything myself, from picking out and buying all of my studio gear to shooting everything myself, doing all the editing, color grading, and shooting the photos, the thumbnails. It takes me a bit longer because I don't have help, but I thoroughly love the creative process of making these videos and all aspects of it. Just thoroughly enjoyable to me. So I love the entire process. I love presenting ideas to you guys, to have things for you to think about, great finds, innovative products. I'm constantly looking for things that I think you guys will find interesting, but I'd love to hear from you. Are there market segments that I haven't thought about, that I'm not covering, that you would like for me to cover? As you give me feedback, I listen to those, and that really shapes my production schedule, my thoughts, what I'm going to be covering in the future. So help me shape the direction of this channel. Share with me your thoughts, your ideas, and I'll engage with you. Appreciate that. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this has been helpful or insightful. Like the video if you have liked it. Consider subscribing if you want to see more of this kind of thing in the future. Thanks a bunch. Until next time, spread the love.